Hi, this is Linda Tillman with your beekeeping tip for this week. And today what we're going to talk about as a tip for beekeeping is how important it is to have some sort of a nuke box with you when you do an inspection. It can be very, very helpful for many reasons, and I'll show you a couple of them. One is I have another hive that's not doing very well. So if I can look for a frame of brood and eggs in this hive, I will find it and put that in the nuke box to carry to the hive that's in need. With a frame of brood and eggs, the hive that's in trouble can make a new queen if they want to. If they don't want to, even though their queen is doing a pathetic job right now, they will also have more brood to help build up their numbers, and all of that is a good thing. The nuke box that I just showed you is just filled with empty frames as space holders. They're to make it so that I can put a frame in there and it won't slide around. My smoker is lit, and I'm going to start by smoking the front door and announcing that I'm coming in. So I'm opening the top, so we're going to look at this box to see. If we find a frame of brood and eggs, we will put it in our nuke box. So the exposed frame now right here is the second frame, and that's the one I'm going to take out. But I'm betting, because it's located just above the brood box, that it may also have brood in it. So I'm going to take my hive tool that has this wonderful thing on it. Let's pull this up and see what do we have. This is all honey. Look how pretty that is. Wow. This would be a good frame to make cutcomb honey from, and it's really nice and light. This is a beautiful frame. As a matter of fact, it's so pretty, I might just go ahead and take it as a honey frame. So I'm going to shake the bees off of it and brush the rest of them off. Put it in my nuke box. So I just put it in my nuke box, and now I'm going to put the top on the nuke box to keep the bees from going back to it. And I'm going to take this empty frame from the nuke box and I'll put it back in the hive where I stole the frame. We'll look and see. So again, I'm going to loosen the propolis between the frames. Now this feels like a brood frame. It is. Look at there. We have a brood frame here. So this might also go into our nuke box depending on what's on the brood frame. There are lots of eggs on this frame, all in this area. I'm going to hold this very still. Wow, does it have a lot of eggs. That is so great. Because I was worried when I didn't see any pollen coming into the hive that maybe something had happened to the queen, but clearly she's laid eggs today. So again, I'm going to shake the bees off of here. The other reason to have a nuke box is right now if I wanted to, I could make a split. I'm not ready to make splits until after I've harvested, but this would be a day when I could. By having a nuke box with me, I always have the possibility of making a split. And I'm just going to put a bare frame back in here and hope that they make use of it. That's exciting. We got eggs out of this and we got honey out of this. And I also know I can come back and harvest honey because this hive has enough honey to allow me to do that. The bees are getting kind of agitated, which probably means the queen is in this box. This is a frame that has a lot of brood is hatched out of this frame. So I'm going to see if she's laid eggs where the brood was. So there are definitely eggs in this frame, and I don't see the queen on the frame, but I'm going to shake the bees off of the frame and take this frame and put it in my nuke box and take it to the hive that is weak. Start with the brush. They hate the brush, and I hate using it on them. Now, every time I remove a frame from this hive, I have to put, or any hive, I have to put a frame back in its place. You can't remove a frame and not put a frame back in its place. So this is the hive that needs our help. You see there are very few bees going in and out of the entrance. They do have a laying queen. I've seen pollen coming in every single day, but the population isn't building up like it should. And we're going to use what we robbed from the other hives in the way of 2 frames of brood and eggs to help this hive build up. The newt box is sitting right there waiting to be accessed. I'm going to put the frames we brought from the newt box in this bottom box unless there's live brood in it, because they need to be able to make a queen, and it will help them to have it where the most population of bees exists at the moment. So I'm going to pull out this frame, which has just a little bit of old brood on it, but not much else. This hive may be queenless. Go hang this frame here for the moment. I'm also going to take out the next frame, and we'll put those 2 frames of eggs in these 2 sections. This also has old brood and some like 7-day-old larvae. They may still have a queen, but boy, she's not worth much if they do. So we're going to save these bees, I hope, by at least giving them the opportunity with all these eggs to make a queen. We're putting in that frame and this frame that are both just full of eggs. And when a hive starts feeling hopeless, like their queen isn't any good, one of the best things you can do is give them frames of eggs so that they can make their own queen. So we just did a really good thing by doing that. And what we're going to do is put these frames with a little bit of brood in this box right above the box where we've given them the eggs. And this is a frame where they're storing some nectar. So we're going to take it out and the one next to it out and put the frames that we removed from the hive in these 2 positions. Set that one down there. I'm going to put these 2 in the same positions they were in the box below, but we're just going to put them in the box above where they were. I don't want them to lose the frame of honey that they are, the nectar that they're storing. So I'm going to pull this frame out, which is empty, and put the frame of comb that they've drawn with a little bit of nectar in it in that position. And we're going to put this hive back together. So if you have a newt box like the one I've been carrying around, it can serve a lot of purposes for you. This one still has in it a frame of honey that I've harvested that I'm going to turn into cut comb honey. It also served as a transport to move frames of eggs from 2 different hives into a hive that needed it. So having a newt box like this can serve many purposes. Billy Davis is who taught me this. Billy Davis said that you could always make a split too. I could have made a split from what I did today, picking out 2 frames of brood and eggs and adding enough resources as I went from hive to hive to actually start another hive. In that case, I would not have brushed the bees off. I brushed the bees off because I didn't want to bring bees into a hive for whom these were not their sisters, so that they would be angry as opposed to accepting of the frames. So I wanted to give them frames that they would accept and work on. So I encourage you, if you don't have one of these, I think they're about $50, really good resource to have for in your hive kit or in the stuff you keep in your shed, which is where I keep it. So thanks for watching, and be sure and subscribe if you like these beekeeping tips by clicking the button below.